What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 143 of the Nonsense Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
According to Wikipedia, Rick, 143 means I love you.
Okay.
Apparently it was a Mr. Rogers thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's because of the numbers of letters in the words. Isn't that clever, children?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, there we are.
Today we're doing Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which I think is the name of the series. It's hard to tell because the episode titles are weird. Rick, I know you know a bit more about Scott Pilgrim than I do. I know precisely two things. I know he has to fight 7 evil exes because that was in the promo material for the movie. I also have been told by a friend that Scott Pilgrim is a bit of an arsehole and that never changes.
Pretty much, like, his final arc is essentially, instead of unlocking the power of love, that's not enough. So he has to unlock the power of understanding to actually win. And the way that he unlocks understanding is realizing, actually, yeah, I did actually cheat on my girlfriend with another girl and cheat on the girlfriend that I cheated with the other girl.
Well, I didn't ask you to spoil the whole fucking thing for me, Rick. Thanks. Fucking, what's the point in even watching this today? Okay, Rick, how's your week been?
We went to York. There was a Christmas market going on, including seeing a couple of fun things. Picked up a God of War RGB Pokeball. There was the statue of the Dark Souls 2 guy. Well, they had one in CEX with a Christmas hat on, so John Souls 2 was getting in the good old Christmas spirit about a month early.
I don't think they have Christmas in Drang Lake.
No, neither do I. And we had a Turkish, including pide, which is Turkish pizza, which I thought was nice. Really, really narrow compared to a regular pizza, because it's kind of like got the sides kind of rolled up so that it can carry more cheese in the boat in the middle.
Okay, fair enough. When you said it was narrow, I thought you meant it was oval rather than folded up.
Like teardrop shaped to a degree.
Does that mean it killed someone in prison?
But yeah, it's like a boat, like a canoe. But things seen in the world, Embracer have closed Volition, which is the Saints Row developer.
I thought they closed them about fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah, they've properly closed them now, and Tomb Raiders, they made a 10% layoff at Crystal Dynamics after they bought Tomb Raider from Square Enix.
Here's the thing, right? For those of you who don't know, Embracer did this really annoying thing where they bought a bunch of video game companies and then did fuck all with them and expected them to make their money back immediately without putting out any products.
I think they were essentially buying a bunch of things to look like an attractive group to be bought out themselves.
I don't think they possibly could have thought that, because that's not how it ever works.
Sure. The other option is that it is an even bigger thing and they want to just lose these things as a tax dodge.
But even then, there's easier ways.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Also, you can't do this shit because Warner Brothers literally just got in trouble for this. Because with the fucking most recent thing that they said they were doing as a tax write-off, I think it was the Acme movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, Acme versus Wile E. Coyote, yeah.
Yeah, so what happened was that they were like, oh, we'll write this off, and they made like a 30k loss, but because it was a tax write-off, it didn't really matter that much. And then a fucking US senator saw the story and went, this isn't how our law's meant to work, so now Warner Brothers is actually in shit.
Yeah. Borderlands 4 and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2 have been soft confirmed by one of the staff members on LinkedIn.
How?
Because she's already put her credit for the 2 games up on LinkedIn.
I mean, sure, I guess, but I thought Borderlands 3 killed Borderlands.
Not really. Like, the gunplay is still incredibly fun.
Yeah, but wasn't there I'm not even going to get into it. Fine, whatever.
The thing is, Tiny Tina's 2 came out after Borderlands 3, so it's not like the studio's gone.
Yeah, but the studio's owned by fucking Epic nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to go away unless they choose to let it go.
Mm-hmm. And turns out Aardman, the guys in charge of Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit, only have enough clay for one more movie, since New Clay Products, the only manufacturer of the nylon-laced clay that they use, I think it's called New Plast, it closed this year, and Aardman bought their entire stock as a parting gift, but nobody else makes it, so they've basically got a stockpile enough for one more movie, maybe a series.
That's not even correct though, is it? Because they'll just switch clay.
Well, yeah, they'll have to switch to something else. But yeah, we don't know.
I mean, I do know. I'm telling you, that's what will happen.
Sure.
They might like this one particular brand, but if it goes away and they can no longer get any more, guess what? They're just gonna swap. Quite frankly, I think that was actually quite a nice goodwill gesture to just buy the entire stock, because they could have swapped then and probably got a cheaper deal.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yep. And Death Must Die has come out. And this is a game that I think looks cool, and I'm going to be buying it incredibly shortly. It looks like a cross between Vampire Survivors and Hades.
Okay, doesn't really tell me much, unfortunately.
Well, it's a roguelike Survivors-like, so yeah.
Pick one, it can't be both.
Well, to be honest, Survivors are just micro roguelikes, really, aren't they?
They're not they have the roguelike gimmick. It's just, you know, it's reverse bullet hell. It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd say it's like this, but also like this, when one is a subgenre of the other.
Yep. But yes, I think that's about it for things that I've seen in the universe. What have you seen, and what have you been doing?
Rick, I've been playing Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's been so long since I played as Kiryu or what, but boy, does this game feel more fun than the last Yakuza game.
Okay.
I love Ichiban and Co. They're a bunch of funny losers, but I missed playing as Kiryu. He's such a badass while also being the goofiest motherfucker on the world.
Yeah, with his yaijutsu typing.
Oh, it's great. So I'm only in chapter 2 because Yakuza games are weird. Chapter 1 is usually like, this is entirely plot, you can't do anything except, you know, progress the story. You get to chapter 2 and it's like, cool, here's all the mini games in the entire game, have fun. And that's what I've been doing.
Sure. Have you met Kason yet?
I did. I have an amusing story about this. I knew you knew about Kason because you sent me a random link that I didn't click on. During the main plot, you get told to go to a cabaret club. And I'm like, okay. And the person telling you says, we need a review. They offer an a super interactive experience. To which, in my mind, I'm going, what the fuck does that mean? Cut to Kiryu 2 seconds later going, what the fuck does that mean? So you go to the club and I'm like, oh wow, that's a really high detailed model. Oh no, it's a picture. That's weird. Click on the person. Oh, it's straight up a videotape.
Yep.
So there was this really awkward moment where I know you're a bit more well versed in what Kason actually looks like. I did not know that very well because in my mind she's Coco. So I was like, I was going through the thing. I was literally just, this is very weird. And then she said she was American rather than Japanese. I went, oh, that's interesting. It wasn't until she said something in English that I went, that sounds like Kason.
I knew it was her because, you know, I know what she looks like you said. And yeah, she's a very good looking lady.
Oh, they made her wear something that really does show off her massive tits. And kudos, like, she's not shy about... She doesn't show them, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that was a weird experience. I don't usually see people in Yakuza games that I know.
Yeah.
Yakuza games have hundreds of cameos, but from Japanese stars, so I don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
One time, they had a Vietnamese dart player turn up in their game. How the fuck are you meant to know who that is?
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, the minigames are fun. The plot is over-the-top, bullshit, stupid, as Yakuza should be. And yeah, this game is basically filling in the gaps between the previous Yakuza game and the latest one that had Ichiban as the protagonist. So it's not giving us anything new, but it is.
Yeah.
Are you ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
Rick, you may or may not remember, but last week I told you about Snoop Dogg giving up smoking.
You did.
Actually, he's just selling smokeless fireplaces.
Oh boy! All right, okay. That's kind of funny, actually.
I mean, with respect to him, like, he played a good game. Like, all he did was post an image on Twitter saying, I'm giving up the smoke, please don't bother me about this. So I was like, I'm not going to dig further into this, because that sounds super serious. No, he's just selling shit because, you know, gotta make money. Gotta eat. Rick, the Steam's autumn sale is on. Coincidentally, as always, we've also got the Steam Awards, so if you want to nominate games for that, now's the time to do it. I wish they wouldn't send you 700 emails about the sale being on.
Yes. You talked about this with me last night, and yeah, like every time they send emails, they basically pick one of the games that's on your list, and that is the title email. It's the title of the email, essentially, and the rest of them are in the body text, and then they send the same one again about Like a day later at best.
A day later, I'd still be annoyed with, but I could live with. I'm getting like 3 emails a day minimum. For those of you unaware, I have like 200 plus games on my wish list. Most of them I will never buy, but they're there, so I know they're on my radar all the time. Speaking of Steam, fucking hell, Turkey and Argentina just got fucked by them.
Oh?
In those two countries in particular, they've stopped localizing prices. They're using American prices.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Because that was one of the things you could do. You could just have a VPN and like pretend you were from somewhere else and get like really cheap prices.
Okay, but if you do that, you're a scumbag. Like, the whole point of localizing prices was so that someone in Argentina could buy a game on an average person's salary without breaking the bank. It's now gotten to the point where unless you're actually incredibly wealthy in Argentina or Turkey, you can't buy PC games anymore. Which, hey, guess what? You may have decreased piracy from the few scumbags that used VPN trickery, but you've vastly increased piracy in those two countries, and I don't fucking blame them. And I don't know why they've targeted those two countries in particular, because I'm pretty sure games are also super cheap in Brazil and India.
Yeah. Okay, they're not selling them at the moment in Russia, but the Russian prices were also low compared to the world.
Basically, a few dickheads ruined it for two entire countries.
Yes.
And that sucks, because, well, Rick, you and I like to play video games. It is probably my number one hobby that I invest in. Can you imagine it being taken away from you?
Even having to live with games that I already have would be difficult to reconcile with.
I grew up poor, Rick. I can live with, what I've got, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't suck.
I mean, like, by definition, we all have to live with what we've got, but, like, it would be really...
You know what I mean.
Yeah, it would be really crushing to not have any aspirations to, maybe one day I'll be able to afford thing.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Like, one day I want to own a house, but in this country, it's one day I want to play the new Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it really is a ridiculous amount of money in, it just sucks for them. I feel bad for anyone who plays games in those countries because it's going to be hard for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, that does it for news, because all of the other news I dug up was too depressing that I'm not going to sully our podcast with this. Rick, we're doing Scott Pilgrim today.
We are. It's the Netflix one. It's Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. It's got most of the cast of the movie. And if you want to join us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
So it's going to be cut out of the episode, guys, but because Netflix is a bit silly sometimes, we had a little fucky-wucky just there. So you said this has got most of the cast from the live-action movie?
Yeah. Apparently so.
I'm digging the intro card. Yeah,
they've got some really good, 2D animation going along. They made a 16-bit style game around the time of the movie as well.
Yeah, it was a beat 'em up.
Yeah. It was apparently really good. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I had that. I was mentioning that friend who told me vaguely that Scott Pilgrim's an arsehole.
Yes.
They also did that while saying, by the way, this game came out and it was really good.
Sure. Yeah, it's like a River City Girls beat 'em up.
I love how you go for River City Girls and not fucking Double Dragon.
Yeah, or Streets of Rage. Oh man, it looks so
Have I got
charming.
the language in the wrong setting, or is it meant to be in Japanese at the moment?
Yeah, I think the opening is meant to be in Japanese.
Alright, just making sure, because sometimes Chris Evans is in this.
Yeah.
And Brie Larson, fucking hell. Just all of these names, fuck it, never mind. I'm not saying everyone, but they're all people.
That's a statement.
That was a weird transition that I wasn't really expecting. From
I wasn't
such
expecting...
an upbeat intro to desert.
Yeah. I think this is in a mind or something.
I like that. Press start. Listen, Scott, if you want your girlfriend to take you back, you got to be willing to get pegged. Oh, cool, I'm allowed to make sex jokes because he's 23.
Yep.
See, I'd be really fucking annoyed if someone crashed and then they assumed they were allowed to sleep in the same bed as me.
Yep.
I think we all know someone like that, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do, yeah.
Did he just literally steal his cup of coffee?
Yes.
Dickhead.
Yep, little shit. Yes, this is something I didn't know until I actually started, reading it, watching it, whatever. Is that this thing is Canadian as fuck.
Fair do. Sex bomb, man, Nintendo's gonna throw a fit.
Well, they haven't done yet.
No, I meant in universe.
Yep.
I gotta be honest with you. It's been a long ass time since I've seen a neat little animated music scene.
I think the last one I remember was the one from Star Wars Visions.
Sure.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sorry. She's dating Scott.
Yep, and she's 17.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I was being like, what? It said earlier he's 23. That's a bit weird.
Yep. I think Canada might have the same thing that we do of 16 is legal.
Yeah, I don't care about legality. It's weird.
Yeah, it's totally illegal. Yeah.
Oh boy, I bet their neighbours love them.
Hey, at least there's space between the houses.
I guess. There's a prick round here who drums.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that's not very nice. You need to practice your craft, and I understand that, but fuck is it annoying.
Man. I like the statement, though. There's a prick round here who drums.
Well, do you know what I mean, though? Because if you've got a prick round you who drums, you know exactly what the annoyance is.
Yeah. Like when they do it at 11:45 and you're trying to sleep.
Well, to be fair, they do it during the middle of the day. Like, I'll give them credit where credit's due. They never do it too late. Plus, we do live next to a train station, so therefore, it's never louder than the trains.
Yeah, yep. Ah, yes, the good old soft cocktail of orange juice and cola.
I mean, we've got a friend who, whenever we go to a place that does the fucking refill shit, will fill their cup up with 4 different drinks at the same time. She might be real.
Yeah, good old Ramona Flowers.
So wait, he's kind of dating the 17-year-old, but now he's trying to get it off with her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I understand the appeal of pink hair. Oh no, that's too real! No! No! No, Rick, it's you! Rick, you have said that verbatim on our podcast. Oh, Jesus. Don't be dissing Columbo. That's a quality show.
Yeah, like I've never seen Columbo still, so.
I was more of an Ironside guy, but Columbo was funnier.
Well, when I was growing up, I tended not to watch things with humans. I think the only thing that I did watch with humans was Power Rangers.
Rick, we had one TV in our house.
Yep. I love how she can tell just from the drawing.
Which implies that Scott Pilgrim is actually a relatively good artist.
Yeah.
This is set in such a weird time frame.
Yeah, back when Netflix used to, be a DVD-only company, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone said it would die soon because it was such a shit business model. Well, who's laughing now? No idea who that is. These look like Yayoi fucking books.
They do a bit.
That looks like Kiryu.
Already asleep.
I'll give Wallace credit where credit's due. He dresses real dapper, just considering all he was doing was sitting in his house.
Yeah.
Dingy dong. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, to be fair.
It does.
That's not a fucking weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh, she got, like, powers. I know superpowers exist in this universe, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Totally true.
Man, I'm kind of jealous of Wallace being 25 and owning a place.
Yeah.
X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Oh, come off it. That's kind of adorable that she's bothering to ask, though.
Yeah, it is, actually.
I can't take the name Gideon seriously.
Yeah, Gideon Graves.
He's a moth in another universe.
Yeah.
Was that a fourth wall break on purpose, or just a pun?
I think it's, I think they might have even said that, like, we can talk about it in a later volume or a later chapter or something.
Ah, okay. To be fair, if you go to Canada from any other country, it's gonna snow a lot compared to where you were from, probably.
Yeah, unless you were from, like, Maine or Antarctica.
Or Finland.
Yeah.
I have to mention Finland, we have friends there.
Yep. The country where I'd quite like to be eating breakfast or dinner or just watching TV.
Is that a joke I'm supposed to get?
Oh, it's from the Monty Python song about Finland.
Oh, okay. Look at the fucking Digimon Emperor here!
Yep. He pretty much is. Yeah, Gideon Graves is the most evil of the evil X's.
Sure. Gideon Graves sounds like he should have, like, necromancy powers, not be some fucking MODOK motherfucker.
I think he's just Elon Musk. Yep.
Just Kingdom Hearts now.
Yep. She shows that her superpower is real.
You know what? Me saying that, this might have predated Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think it did, but yeah.
Kingdom Hearts was like 2001. And I know Scott Pilgrim, the comic book, is way older than the movie.
Yeah, the comic's older than the movie, but not by a massive amount. Like I think the comic had finished before the movie.
Sure. Was it actually a comic or was it a series of graphic novels?
Yeah, I think it was more like graphic novels. So they came out in volumes.
Sure. Started in 2004, so yeah, Kingdom Hearts did beat this.
Okay.
Boy, the art does look a bit nicer in the show. A bit nicer in in the show than in the first volume.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also like Scott Pilgrim. If I suddenly see a woman in a bra, I do kind of melt.
Yep.
Oh, that was a cool little graphic.
Yeah, pixel hearts. Yeah, actual sparkles.
It's like fucking glimmer.
Smooth.
It's kind of adorable how awkward this is. Wasn't Michael Cera Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, totally tracks, right?
Yeah, it explains why he's so awkward. Yeah.
What a mature outlook on sexual activities.
Yeah.
From both
like
of them,
being,
surprisingly, considering Scott's a confirmed arsehole.
Yeah, being healthy and upfront about it.
Fucking... Why does Patel look like, what's her name from Inside Job?
He does a bit. Reagan Ridley.
That's the one. That's not weird. Well, by Japanese logic, she's basically pregnant.
Yeah. And she is somehow Asian.
Is that serious?
Well, he might have described himself as that.
Oh, okay.
Knives is definitely stronger than him. And Knives' dad is stronger than Knives.
I don't know who Knives is.
Knives Chow. The 17-year-old maybe girlfriend.
Oh, okay, sure. Dude, she was on screen for 2 minutes. I really don't remember her name. I really like the XDs.
Yep.
Oh my days, that's so 2004.
Yeah, raw XD.
The judgmental eyes of that cat.
Yep.
How could it be a one-night stand if you didn't fuck?
I know, right? The balls of that, yeah.
I mean, you know, honesty's the best policy, especially considering he's been anything but up until this point.
Even though nothing happened. He's still got the glow. It's great.
I assumed you died.
Hmm.
He's not wrong. If she thinks you are... Okay, yeah, cool, good.
Yep.
That's exactly what he's saying, good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue you shouldn't have been dating her in the first place, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't skim that, innit?
The fact that he skims over it.
The fact they actually call themselves the League of Evil Exes. So wait, if she goes out with someone else and then they become an ex, do they automatically get membership? Oh, I now
guess
feel
so.
really bad for this character considering what's going to happen. Oh.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot that Scott had a sister.
Oh, she's literally a child.
Yep.
I can't. I feel horrible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Poor Knives.
Okay. Don't you only know like one song?
Well, we've seen them do one song.
Yeah, which they had to repeat because they didn't have any other songs, I assumed. Oh. Oh no! Oh, that's the worst! Alright, the lyrics leave something to be desired.
Yep. Yeah, the benefit of this is that it, like, nearly every single freeze frame looks like a panel from the comic.
Yeah, I get you. That was cool.
Yep.
Well, okay, he blocked that, so that's a start.
Yeah, he's ready to throw hands straight away. I think it's probably more impressive that he was able to recover from midair.
I mean, he's clearly doing ninja shit.
Mm-hmm.
I always love that fucking response. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. Can you... Calling yourself evil is a very odd choice.
Hmm.
That's a cool shot.
It is, yeah.
Look at that scroll-looking motherfucker?
Yep. I think that might be the vegan.
Okay. Don't blame you. Oh, that's a cool fucking little transition.
Yeah, back to, like, watercolours.
That almost sounds like Toby Fox composed the music for this scene.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, good old pixel art.
There's a lot going on artistically that I'm enjoying.
Yeah, it's great.
Don't act so surprised. Fuck me.
Yeah, apparently, when someone is defeated, they just drop coins.
Well, against him, anyway.
Yep. Well, it works the other way around as well.
Oh, fair enough. Well, now that's a thing. I got to click watch credits before it starts the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah, ditto.
Everyone who worked on this show, fucking good job. I don't know anything about Scott Pilgrim, but you've certainly got me hooked.
Yeah, I was smiling pretty much the whole time.
I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, I was smiling pretty much the whole time. It was a good trip down memory lane for me.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know about you, but it felt a lot longer than it was.
Okay.
Well, like that was like a 20-minute episode. It felt like an hour.
Okay. Yeah, because they did a lot of like early world building and establishment. And there were a few, Michael Cera-esque pauses, as it were.
Yeah, I don't really like Scott.
Yeah, you're kind of not meant to.
Which I kind of knew was probably going to be the case going in, considering the limited information I had. But man, he just doubles down on being a scumbag halfway through the episode.
Oh yeah, totally. And like 99% of it is just him just not paying attention to his own situation.
Except he got told straight up, you need to do this thing because it's already a scummy situation, but not doing this makes it scummier. And then he still just decided to ignore it.
Yeah. His fatal flaw is generally just ignoring things.
I mean, I don't know. Also, being in an obvious one side... Okay. It's very clear to everyone in the world that the 17-year-old thinks they are in a relationship. Which means Scott is actively a dirtbag by saying, are we though? Because to her you are, so therefore you need to have a fucking chat. Minimum. If you are not in a relationship, you need to make it clear. If she then still insists you are, then she's the crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to come up with stuff. We got to talk, man, because we got the fucking credits to go through. It's just a minute, but help me out, throw me a bone.
But yeah, I just enjoyed this new episode. I'm gonna probably binge this whole thing. If not this week, then probably before December. Well, which is going to be this week.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. I will throw a stick at your head and say, fucking watch the Ubisoft thing first.
Okay. Okay.
I can't talk about it until you've watched it.
yeah, because that was also fun, and it also got me. It hooked me in, but apparently it didn't reel me in fast enough. So I've not watched that yet. There's that, and Gamera is the other one that we've also watched recently that was good.
Yeah, Gamera's a bit different because they're 40-minute episodes, whereas the Bloodhawk thing was only 20 minutes, so it's really easy to just fucking get it done. That being said, we've now reached the end of the credits, so we can talk normally. Rick, what did you think?
I loved it. I really enjoyed the art direction in particular, and, I don't think there was a bad voice actor, just generally very good. How about you? What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was okay. Artistically it was great, sound design was great, voice cast great, as you said. I liked almost every single character except for the main character, which I get is the point, but it's kind of a downer.
Yeah, I get you. When, every scene is tainted by a character that you don't like, and played very well by Michael Cera.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike the character this character, I don't like the show because I don't like this character. I don't like the character because he is purposely being portrayed as a horrible person. He's a well-written character, a little bit too real, perhaps.
Yeah, a bit on the nose.
But, it is what it is. Rick, you know how this goes. What was your favourite moment?
The introduction of Matthew Patel as a fighter. Just him doing all of his theatrical shit and just getting basically sandbagged by Scott because he'd not read the letter properly. How about you? What was your favourite moment?
It was Scott Pilgrim finding the girl of his dreams and just standing next to her and going, "Hey, so you know Sonic?" It made me laugh almost as much as it made me cringe. Rick, weakest link.
Scott's attitude, and it's it's built into the show. It's something that you're meant to pick up on very early on, and something you're meant to cringe at pretty much the entire time. But generally, his attitude was the worst part, and again, it's part of the show. How about you? What do you reckon? What's your weakest link?
I mean, it's got to be people not giving him more shit about going out with a 17-year-old.
Sure.
I think it's implied that off-screen people have been giving him a lot of shit, but whenever people learn this information new, they don't immediately go, whoa, hold the fuck on. Except for the evil guys who, Patel, when he learned that, was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, when your only reasonable person is a villain.
It's just, granted, the gay best friend and the sister were both like, this is fucked up, you need to do something, Scott. And Scott's like, nah, it's fine, but don't like it.
Yeah.
Rick, it's that time. Who's your MVP?
This time round, I'm giving it to Brian Lee O'Malley, the author, because it was all his art style, and it was his art style that's the cornerstone of what I consider to be the best part of this episode, which was just the art direction. So, yeah, that's going to him. How about you? Who's going to be your MVP?
My MVP goes to the director for basically nailing maybe not even the director, it might be the chief editor. I really don't know who would have made this decision, but every single time we had an art style transition, it was on point. The voice direction was fantastic. No one had a dud in this,
Mm-hmm.
When Scott Pilgrim was meant to be awkward, he sounded fucking awkward.
Oh, yes.
So it's really hard to give an MVP award to one person, so usually I give it to the sort of the director in this scenario because they are the ones ultimately with the vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that does it for today, guys. We've watched Scott Pilgrim. It's in the bank. It's in the books. Those of you watching on YouTube, you got the comment section down below if you want to let us know what you thought. Perhaps suggestions for future episodes. We always listen. Of course, we know you're not only watching on YouTube. We also have the audio version. Those of you over there, if you want to talk to us, you can instead send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yes. We look forward to hearing from you. And as always, if you made it this far, you're our favourite people. We'll see you again next week where we're doing who knows what. We're still in the planning stages. See you guys.
Ta-ra.